Hope it helps. Now, if you've been out and about this evening, you may have noticed that Storm Dudley is here. There's an amber warning for weather in parts of our region with wind speeds of up to 70 miles per hour. Ian White has got the unenviable job of being out and about in this weather for us tonight. Ian, how's it looking out there?
Yes, it's all right for you, Amy, isn't it, in that nice warm studio here on the A61 between Leeds and Wakefield. I'm overlooking the M62, and in the distance there's the Lofthouse interchange. That's where the M1 and the M62 actually meet. Now, people have been told tonight, because of the winds, they shouldn't really be out unless it's absolutely necessary. The roads do seem a little bit quieter than normal, and there don't seem to be as many lorries on the road. But, you know, people just have to be very, very careful and consider their journeys tonight. Now, I can't believe we've got another storm today, Storm Dudley, because it comes hot on the heels of Storm Arwen a few weeks ago. And during that, many people found themselves with their power supplies cut off. So Olivia Richwald has been back to one of those communities affected to see how families have been preparing for today's storm.
Andy Simpson is busy preparing for the latest storm, storing bathwater ahead of a potential power cut. He and his family had no electricity for 6 days at their home above the remote Washburn Valley in North Yorkshire after Storm Arwen. Without power, they have no water supply, and they were snowed in.
We had no loos, we had no running water, we lost the fridge, freezer, cooker. The only facility we had left at the time was the wood-burning stove.
It was 6 days before Northern Power Grid restored their electricity supply. Then the family lost power for another 2 days after the storms in January.
It was awful. It was awful. It was also disappointing, the lack of any assistance from anyone whilst it was ongoing. We tried Harrogate Council, North Yorkshire Council, even if it was only in as much as give us some priority over gritters because of the extreme nature of our circumstances, but nobody appeared capable or willing to do anything to help us. So it literally was just a question of do the best you can for you and your family at that time.
We're just down the road from Andy's house, and you can see the effect of the previous storms with all the trees that have blown over. We're very high up and very remote here, and the minute you step into the open you can feel just how strong those winds are.
Back at Andy's house, and this time he's better prepared. He has a good supply of wood, the barbecue is ready to be used if needed, and he's stocked up on candles and emptied his freezer. With strong wind forecast for the next few days, Andy is doing all he can to protect his home and his family. Olivia Richwald, BBC Look North in the Washburn Valley.
Well, fingers crossed that things don't get so bad tonight. I spoke to Keely a short time ago, and she told me that she believes that we're just about at the peak of the storm now as we speak. This is the worst it's going to get, we think, so fingers crossed for that as well. Now, I told you about the Lofthouse interchange. Around 75,000 vehicles a day use it, travelling north, south, east and west, M1 and M62. Today, National Highways have issued some advice to drivers to tell them about the kind of vehicles that shouldn't really be on the road during a storm. Everything from high-sided lorries to motorhomes to caravans to vehicles pulling trailers to vans. But the advice for all drivers, no matter who you are and what you're driving, is to keep your speed down, because going too fast in this weather can be very, very dangerous. It's not just the roads that have been affected as well, of course. On the railways, there's been disruption. People travelling are being told to check the rail companies' websites for the very, very latest information on any delays and cancellations. Interestingly, the LNER website, and indeed some of the other rail companies too, are not so worried about today. They're more worried about Friday, when another storm, Storm Eunice, is on the way, and that will see not only strong winds and rain but also snow as well. So they're telling people simply not to travel. Our airports have also been affected. Leeds, Bradford, some planes have not been able to land there tonight and have been diverted back. When I checked their website a short time ago, it said that a couple of flights from Belfast had actually been sent back to Belfast. So stay safe, that's the message tonight. Don't travel unless you have to. And for the very, very latest information, tune to your BBC local radio station where they have the very latest traffic and travel reports. So from a blustery loft house, it's back to you, Amy, in the studio.
Ian, thank you. You stay safe too. Get a cup of tea and I'll see you on the Late Look North. You're watching Wednesday's programme, still